I can't say that I was totally confident because I didn't really know. I mean, I literally played 3 games in '98, and I think I took ground balls before the game, and that's it. I think Tino Martinez turned an ankle or something, and so it was something very minimal. It was just in case he needed to go on the DL or something. I don't even remember the circumstances. So I can't really say that I even had experience. You know, I just actually asked the coach, where do I put my feet? I want someone to step on me, and so that was like more just thrown in the fire. Here, I feel like I have, you know, big league instruction, and you know, I tend to notice what other guys do at first, and I think that's helped me out.
Mike, is more of the physical test going to be at the plate, do you think?
No, I think the biggest physical test for me is going to be the running, just to see how long it can feel, how good and how long can it feel. So I don't know. That's a big question mark.
How do you feel?
I mean, I feel pretty good, but this is a very, relaxed, play 2 innings, move around. I mean, it's not so much. I don't worry about playing that one day. It's the 100th game. All under my circumstances, I might not see 100 games, but
we didn't ask you.
Yeah,
no, we did not.
You can't follow, no follow-ups. So I don't know. In a sense, I've been like, does it really matter? But I think it's still my job to be ready because you never know what's going to happen. You just don't. So I don't want to be in a position where I'm just going to sulk and say, hey, what? Because you never know. Crazy things happen.
So the hip is still to the point where you do worry about being able to play?
I think I've worried about it ever since I threw that ball in Tampa Bay and I felt something pop. So, but we'll see. I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, it feels much better than it did last year. So I gotta bank on that a little bit at least.
On the list of things you don't worry about, it seems like your history we've seen is that you can miss some time and step in and be able to hit.
I would say yes and no. I think there's a big difference when you get spring training at bats, April, May at bats, you take 20 days off, you come back. If you start the season without getting at bats, I mean, that's why role guys don't hit 320. They don't even. I think if you get a guy that hits a solid 250, he's viewed as an asset. So I wouldn't say that's totally correct because being in a role where I don't start the season playing every day, I honestly have never been in that situation. So I don't know. I have no past experience to base it on.
Mike, do you have an idea of how many at-bats you'd like to have?
Before I feel good?
Yeah.
I think if I had 25, I'd feel like, with results, not 7 and try to go to my secondary stance and 7 more and change again. I mean, consistent, yeah. So I've always thought spring training is way too long for position players, but I think Tito actually does a good job of pacing it out for guys so that you don't get worn out. Because, I don't know, I believe getting ready for a spring training game is actually more difficult than getting ready for a regular season game because you're just into a totally different routine, that team fundamental and all that stuff, you just don't go through.
You feel the thumb at all?
No, I felt it early on, like when I just started hitting outside, if I'd get jammed a few times, I felt like I believe structurally it was all right because I'd feel a sting and then it would go away. When, for example, if I got stung taking batting practice like before the postseason, it kind of lingered for a while. So I believe structurally it's there. I just think it was weaker. I think I'm gradually getting to the point where they're at equal strength. Still don't think I'm there, but I'm not worried about that process. I've thankfully gotten jammed. That sounds believable. Like I actually wanted, not purposely, but I knew it was going to happen. But I was curious to see how it turned out, and Wade Davis did a good job with that one. So, but I thought I passed that test, if you can look at it that way.
At this point, Mike, do you anticipate yourself being physically ready for opening day?
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't see why. I shouldn't say I don't see why. I'm pretty confident on why I should.
Right.
All right.
Do you need X number of time at third, or at this point do you not necessarily
No,
need?
I think the at-bats are much more important than the defense in general. I mean, we have the luxury of if I want to take 300 ground balls, I can. So that's where we're spoiled in the big leagues. If one coach is tired, you can get the other one. But I think guys do a pretty good job at that. The ground balls are, it's up to you, really. I think it is.